Number 2, manage ego clashes. Most supervisors will say yes to your request, but when you start the process, they will quote a few roadblocks like rules of advising them. Some are open to working with consultants like me, but some might not be so open. I had this one case where a Harvard MBA alumnus who was the supervisor said, I will listen to one iteration of your edit, but then I'm not comfortable taking more edit advice. This was a fairly older gentleman. So I don't know if it was the age that played into that ego, or was it about following rules as an entrepreneur, or just the ego of listening to another person giving you advice on writing a recommendation letter. I'm pretty certain the person had written many recommendation letters in his time, but it was an interesting experience where a person is trying hard, really hard, not to let his ego come in between what he could do for his employee. In such cases, what we do at FNGMAT is offer a guideline document. So this way, the supervisor gets a document with a clear to-do list and traits that they need to highlight for each school. A few examples of the applicant's contribution to the project, to the team, and to the organizations are also highlighted in the document. So any supervisor who shows hesitancy to collaborate with consultants or with an external editor, the guideline document that we provide at FNGMAT is an ideal deliverable for the supervisor. Then there are those supervisors who are maybe just 2 to 3 years older than you. If they have an MBA and a realistic understanding of the value of the program, the ego for such supervisors come if they are from a tier 2 school and the schools you are targeting is an M7 school. Even within M7, there is a hierarchy. They know the exact value of their recommendation letter. It is to improve your odds for success at a rate much higher than what they are likely to achieve. This could lead to some friction, but if the supervisor is a balanced individual, you don't have to worry about the person turning hostile. The biggest challenge, however, is for those supervisors who have no master's or an MBA degree. They certainly know the career stagnation they are likely to face or are already facing it. For many, this ego from insecurity is unlikely to happen, but I've seen it happen quite a few times with trivial excuses to stall the recommendation letter writing process. I have heard excuses like there is a protocol for receiving emails from external organization, that is the organization that the consultants represent. Many just submit the letter even after requesting not to submit without a discussion with the applicant or a consultant, and some might very subtly include weaknesses that could jeopardize the entire application. It just takes a line or two to contradict the entire narrative you might have built for the essay. So whatever be the circumstances, make sure that a consultant or an editor is reviewing or at least reading the letter before submitting it. For help with managing the entire MBA application recommendation letters, subscribe to FNGMAT's One School MBA Recommendation Letter Editing Service at store.fngmat.com/recommendation-letter. If you need help just with one supervisor, subscribe to FNGMAT's One Supervisor Recommendation Letter Editing Service at store.fngmat.com/one-recommendation-letter.